The next AI billionaires. Who are they? 5 private companies Wall Street is quietly watching. Stay tuned. What's shaking, everybody? My name is Ross Mandell. I'm coming to you guys from Delray Beach, Florida. I'm sitting at Scott Woolley Studios, and everybody wants to know what the next NVIDIA is. Everybody wants to know what the next OpenAI is. It's the wrong question. The real question is this: who are the next billionaires being created by artificial intelligence right now? Not 5 years from now, not after the IPO, not after the media frenzy, right now. Because while the public is busy chasing yesterday's winners, venture capitalists are writing billion-dollar checks into companies most of us have never heard of. And that's exactly what we're discussing today. After 40 years on Wall Street, I've learned something. The biggest money is made before the public knows the story. Every generation has its wealth transfer. In the 80s, it was personal computers. In the 90s, it was the internet. In the 2000s, it was mobile technology. In 2010, it was cloud computing. And now, artificial intelligence. What most investors fail to understand is that every technological revolution creates an entirely new class of wealthy people. Not millionaires, billionaires. People you've never heard of suddenly become household names. And we're watching that happen right now. The AI wealth transfer has already started. Most people simply haven't noticed it yet. Company number 1, Scale AI. Let's start with the company that may be the most important AI company that nobody talks about, Scale AI. Now, when most people think about AI, they imagine ChatGPT answering questions. They imagine image generators. They imagine robots. But AI models aren't born intelligent. They're trained. And training requires data, massive amounts of data, clean data, organized data, verified data. Scale AI helps solve that problem. Think of it like this. Everyone is focused on the race cars. Scale AI is helping to pave the racetrack. Without quality data, AI systems become unreliable. And reliability is everything. The reason I find this company fascinating is because it benefits regardless of who wins. OpenAI wins. Good. Anthropic wins. Fine. Another company wins. It doesn't matter. Everybody needs data. That's a very powerful position. On Wall Street, I always look for businesses selling picks and shovels during a gold rush. Scale AI feels a lot like a picks and shovels business. And those companies often make fortunes. Here's where investors consistently get it wrong. They fall in love with products. I fall in love with business models. There's a huge difference. Products can disappear. Business models can endure. Investors become emotionally attached to flashy technology. Institutions become attached to revenue. Never forget that. Company number 2, my favorite, Anduril. This company could become one of the most important defense businesses of the next decade, Anduril. Governments worldwide are facing a simple reality. Technology is becoming as important as military hardware. Artificial intelligence is transforming surveillance, battlefield awareness, security systems, autonomous operations. Everything, whether you agree with it or not, is irrelevant. The money is being spent. And governments don't spend billions because something is trendy or flashy. They spend billions because something is strategically important. Defense budgets are growing. National security concerns are growing. AI capabilities are growing. That combination creates enormous opportunities. Anduril sits directly in the middle of all three. You want to know something that most retail investors never hear? The biggest institutional investors don't care about what's trending on social media. They care about where capital flows are heading. And capital is flowing aggressively into artificial intelligence. Not because it's fashionable, because executives believe it will drive productivity, efficiency, and profitability. That's what institutions buy. Future earnings, not excitement. Now, company number 3, Figure AI. This is one that keeps me up at night because if this company succeeds, the impact will be enormous. Figure AI is building humanoid robots, not toys, not gimmicks, workers. Imagine warehouses operating 24 hours a day. Imagine factories requiring fewer employees. Imagine logistics operations functioning around the clock. People underestimate how disruptive robotics could become once artificial intelligence gives machines the ability to adapt. The labor market changes, productivity changes, costs change, entire industries change. This is not about replacing every worker. This is about redefining work itself. And that creates winners and losers. Wall Street will be watching carefully. Company number 4, Perplexity. Google changed the world. Let's start there. Search became one of the greatest businesses ever created. Now imagine someone attempting to reinvent search using artificial intelligence. That's the opportunity Perplexity sees. Will it replace Google? I don't know. And frankly, neither does anyone else. But disruption doesn't require domination. You don't have to own 100% of a market to build a massive, massive company. You simply need meaningful market share. Perplexity is one of the few companies attacking one of the most valuable businesses on earth. That alone makes it worth watching. Here's what I believe is coming. Eventually, some of these companies will go public. And when they do, the demand will be extraordinary. Not because of hype, because institutions are desperate for growth. The biggest mutual funds, the biggest hedge funds, the biggest pension funds, they all need growth. And artificial intelligence is one of the few sectors offering truly transformational growth potential. That's why future AI IPOs will become some of the most anticipated offerings in years to come. Company number 5, Shield AI, another fascinating company. Shield AI is building autonomous systems capable of operating in environments where human decision-making can be too slow. Think about that. Artificial intelligence making mission-critical decisions. The implications are enormous. The opportunities are enormous. And once again, we're talking about technology that's tied to national security. Historically, investors underestimate defense innovation until the revenue becomes impossible to ignore. By then, almost all of the big opportunity has already passed. Let me leave you guys with this. 20 years ago, most people couldn't tell you what Google would become. 30 years ago, most people couldn't imagine Amazon. 40 years ago, most people didn't understand Microsoft. The future always looks obvious in hindsight, but it never looks obvious beforehand. Somewhere right now, a founder is building a company that could be worth hundreds of billions of dollars. Somewhere right now, venture capitalists are investing before the public ever gets a chance. And somewhere right now, Wall Street is preparing for the next generation of AI IPOs. The question isn't whether new AI giants will emerge. They will. The question is whether you'll recognize them before the crowd does. Because history has taught us one thing over and over again. The biggest fortunes are made before everyone agrees. My name is Ross Mandell, and this is Going Public. We'll see you next time.